Love him or hate him, Jim Breuer spitting facts on the Epstein files? Hard to say. You be the judge.
Are you guys familiar with Jim Breuer?
No, I don't know who that is.
Comedian who was also on Saturday Night Live. Half-Baked, you may know him from.
Yes.
The only half-baked I know is the Ben & Jerry's ice cream.
So this is Jim Breuer. Let's see if you recall this guy. I saw this video today, and I wanted to kind of get back to that. Does this guy look familiar to you guys at all? He played Goat Boy. He was in Half-Baked, the movie in the 90s. Okay. Well, he has his own YouTube channel. It's 500,000 subscribers. He does a show on a day-to-day basis. A lot of people tune in. Now, he talks about how he says this is bigger than you realize here. Now, he's been in Hollywood for a long time. Now, what is bigger than you realize? Well, we can use this AI video here to summarize it very well here. We are, of course, speaking of the Epstein nonsense here. And Phoenix, you pulled this video up here, and you were talking about this is like everybody who's allegedly been associated with it.
Yeah, I mean, it's this person is pointing out that they believe he is associated with all these different people. You're seeing every like iconic moment and celebrity or politician, and it's just him through time and his potential influence or his touch on things across all landscapes, political and culturally. They did a great job of this. It's terrifying. We have the music off. If you watch the original, the music is actually really perfect with it.
So he went from the NBA to TMZ to Bill Gates. I mean, by the way, this is very good production right here.
Yeah, it's one long 2-minute, 41-second take. And he goes with everybody. Really, really fascinating.
Okay, all the way to the Dalai Lama, huh?
Yeah.
Well, this is bizarre to watch, and it's honestly very scary to watch. But with that said, we know that all this is... Look, the Epstein files have been nuts, just silly to look at. Oh my God, I don't even like this. Is so fucking weird. But let's go back to the Jim Breuer video here, and this is what I wanted to talk about. Jim Breuer has been in Hollywood for a long time, and in this video, we're gonna watch a few minutes of it because he thinks that whatever we know right now, it's going to get considerably worse before it gets better. Let me just kind of get y'all's reaction to this as we play it.
Speaking of the Matrix, I'm not touching the files. I'm not touching the Epstein files. And I'll tell you why. Everyone and their mother, you haven't seen nothing yet. That's number one. And this is all part of the circus. Why are they releasing part of it, not all of it? You know how many of these images that I saw personally many years ago? And you know how many times I sat there and I watched people watching certain TV shows and have a clueless. Like my kids would watch TV. They used to watch Ellen DeGeneres, right? And I'd go, you ever notice, I go, you know what Epstein's Island? You ever notice her background set looks just like the island? And they're like, Dad, you're such a conspiracy theorist. Every conspiracy theorist out there right now, all I'm going to say is, if you never believed in them, you better start talking to them, because the ones that already knew about this, I'm telling you right now, this is just wave number one. I don't know what they got lined up, but I'll tell you this. You okay over there? I'm just going to tell you this. From my standpoint, I've been praying to God for a very long time that humanity will start to be aware of this, no matter how horrifying it's going to be. In my honest opinion, it's about time that some humanity understands pure demonic evil truly exists, and it's in your society, and it's your politicians, left, right, Republican, Democrat, liberal, conservative, all of them, they're not your heroes. They're not your heroes. You're rock stars. You're not your heroes. You're athletes, the owners. You haven't seen, this is this is, you're just getting the tip of an iceberg. And I'm not sure if some of you are ready for what's about to come. And this is what gets exhausting sometimes.
All right, we're going to stop that right there for a second. I have a number of questions. Actually, first, I would love to hear your thoughts on this. Then I'll get to my thoughts on it.
Well, I think the Ellen thing is crazy, by the way. Like the set thing. I remember seeing that years ago, and also there's like this like marking on some of their clothing that like they're all wearing. It's like very, very it's been out there for so long. And now like we're getting like the slow kind of trickle of everything. That's the part that always blows my mind, that like this is like only a small snippet of what's going on here. And people really like, if there's those kind of like wake up moments, this should be obviously a wake up moment for everyone, that this is so systemic and involves so many powerful people from every single corner of the elites. And it's just, yeah, it just blows my mind. It's only going to get worse.
Yeah, just seeing everything he just said, and like it's just, he's so right though about like it's not just one side. Like these people are not our heroes. These people are not good. Like the truth is, and I feel like a lot of people know this, but like you don't get that high up in the world. Most people, I would say, maybe not everyone, but I would say a lot of people, you don't get that high up in all these different places without having any skeletons in your closet, without having bad things happen. And I don't know. I just, it's not good.
Phoenix, you think you're a fan of Breuer?
Hmm?
Your thoughts on what he was saying? You think that this is just the tip of the iceberg?
Oh, well, I mean, as far as that stuff is, yeah, I mean, listen, pretty much, I mean, having been in that industry, and I'm not saying I was some super high up, but even on my smaller levels, you certainly saw some things that you were not too thrilled of. And by the way, that's why I left, one of the reasons. And you saw it everywhere. And one of the things you know about a lot of these people, these celebs and stuff like that, is you start to really realize what they were willing to do to get their success. And if you understand like the depravity and the things that they were willing to do to get that success, then you understand very easily how much they're willing to hold on to that power and say whatever is needed to be said so that they continue to stay there. These are actors. Many of them are actors. So believe it or not, it's interesting to see that, yes, they can act and say shit they don't believe in and really espouse that because they want to hold on to that power. When you realize that, and I've got friends in the music business who say the exact same thing, that they've actually even told me even more horrific stories about those groups of people. So this is a bunch of really low self-esteem narcissists in a power-hungry, driven market, which is afforded with tons of money, the parties that you're going to, the means of which the opportunities you have for depravity is really high up because it's behind closed doors. These are not typically good people, I would say, on average. I've not met many good people, so none of this is surprising. And do I think that we've just scratched the surface? I think, this is just 0.0001% of the shit that we're going to probably, hopefully find out one day. But yeah, no, make sure people in the industry are not your heroes, because most of them will 100% let you down and actually shock the living hell out of you too.
Well, a lot of people have been talking about the Grammys, and they talk a lot about the Billie Eilish thing. I just thought, like, I look at that room, this circle jerk of the elites there in California. That room at the Grammys is probably the most depraved and disgusting group of human beings you'll ever see, pretty much. Like, you could pluck people out of a prison and they may not be as evil as these people. And it is so, there's no way some of these people make it to the point that they do and have the opportunities they do without having to do some horrific and disturbing things, whether it happens to them or they do it to others. Like that's the lengths all of this goes is what really just unsettles me.
So I actually want to continue this video because he goes in a little bit deeper on that specifically. I'm going to speed this up just a little bit because he goes into, he calls names out, which is interesting here. One person in particular.
When you know this and you tell it to people, and because they don't want to, they ask and they don't want to hear that information after they ask it because it's too much for them. they'll lash out at you and they'll call you a name, or they'll call you a whack job, or they'll call you a conspiracy, or a stoner, or you're just whatever they want to call you. You know what it's like seeing tweets? You know, years ago, I'd see certain comedians put out tweets talking about pedophilia and talking about, Christy Teigen, she put right out there tweets. She took them all down. Tweets that she basically telling you what she's into. This has been going on in your face for so long. And this is why I tell you it's all noise. The ICE, we're for ICE, we're against ICE. It's all manufactured, folks, to keep your eyes off of what they're going over here. You know, are you going to protest now? What are you going to do now? Just get angry and upset? What are you doing? What are you going to do with this information? Is anyone going to protest for children? Is anyone going to storm to the White House and drag people out of there? Is anyone going to start organizing and saying, we're taking over the world now? What are you going to do about it? Or are we still worried about left and the right and the Democrats and the Muslims? And it's all just well-planned, designed to take your morality out of you. You better get right with God, man. That's your only hope. I don't care what you said. And I'm not religious. I'm not what you call born again. I'm telling you, you better get right with God, love, consciousness, whatever it is, because you have no clue what's on the way. And until you tap out of this madness of watching the television. And did anyone watch the Oscars? Was it the Oscars? What was on? The great.
Before he gets to that, Straub, I'm sure you can speak to what he's saying a little bit. About getting right with God?
I mean, as someone who I do identify as a born again Christian, but I mean, whatever I get what he's saying. And I mean, it's true. Like whenever you look, and I haven't looked too deeply into the Epstein files, if I'm being honest, because I truly believe that it is so evil and disgusting. And I don't think, and just like with all these other things that we see every day on the internet, whether it's another shooting video, whether it's another, like whatever it is, like it's not good for us and like our souls. I don't feel like to be seeing that all the time. Like it's not good for us. You know what I mean? But it does show you that there is evil in the world. I do believe that demons walk among us genuinely, and I believe there is real evil in this world. And yeah, I'm just saying, he's not wrong when he says you need to get right with God, because this is not good.
Yeah. Well, he continues, and he specifically talks about Chrissy Teigen, and she was in that exact same shot of the whole F-ICE thing. She's in the background, like seal clapping, and she's listed in the file. Like the whole thing is a mess. It's disgusting, and it really speaks to a lot of the issues that we're seeing in society. And he said something in there that resonated with me, this idea of when I was told the story the other day about how I was talking to my wife about this. And when you say some of the things that are in these files, you sound like a freaking lunatic. You're like, well, this happened, and this apparently, and this person's listed in it. And by the way, did you know, blah, 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 blah. And these are major entertainment people. And my wife's like, what are you talking about? Like, she's just a normie. She has no idea. She doesn't follow this stuff online. And you sound like a wacko. You sound like a conspiracy theorist. But I just go back to a decade ago, the idea of somebody saying, hey, there's a giant celebrity pedophile ring out there. You would have been like, what the hell are you talking about, man? That's the most insane thing you've ever heard in your life. And here you go. Bada bing, bada boom. Jeffrey Epstein on a plate. And
that was like
yesterday.
I was doing some research for some Microsoft related gaming news and stuff. And I was going over to Straub, and I'm like, I just kind of like saw this stuff on Bill Gates in the files, and that he was, Jeffrey Epstein wrote him an email basically saying, like, you're asking too much from me. You had me go out and get these antibiotics for STDs you got from sleeping with Russian girls, and you try to secretly give it to your wife.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this sounds insane. Like, if you just said, like, oh yeah, I heard about that, they'd call you a conspiracy theorist. But now, like, I don't know. Reality is a lot more insane.
And seeing, seeing the pizza comments, like we saw that one about the Maddie Ziegler apparently was like featured in it from Dance Moms, and they were talking about her in some video. And then they start talking in a reply email, and they're like, "Yeah, the pizza party was great, by the way."
There was
And
over 300
and
mentions of pizza in these emails.
And then I look over to Rev and I'm like, pizza party? Because I'm kind of dumb, okay? I'm like, why are they talking about
Know
pizza
your sweets.
and he's like, it doesn't actually mean pizza. And I was like, I was kind of confused, like, why did they just start talking about their pizza party? Like, that's so disturbing.
If you are, I said this the other day, if you're past the age of like 13, you probably shouldn't be having pizza parties. You know, like you shouldn't be emailing folks being like, we're going to have a great pizza party. You know, it's
like, do you think billionaires are like the elite are talking about pizza parties over emails? Like,
also
seriously.
Also, I didn't even think about that. But yeah, these people are like rich. They're going to have a Domino's pizza party. Like, right. Uh-huh.
Hey, YouTube said you should watch this video too. Obey the overlords.